Welcome guys for our YouTube channel Universal IQ Vision. So today our concept is heat. So it's very hot, isn't it? So our concept is also heating. Let us now know clear about it. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy which transfers from one body to another body. That is known as heat. So, is there any difference between hot and cold? Yes. You all know that the difference between hot and cold. But the hot is not similar to the heat. Hot is nothing but the hotness which you feel by our body. But the heat is in degree where you can measure the energy. It's a unit to measure the energy. So heat is nothing but it's a form of energy which transfers from hotter body to colder body. So now, let us learn about it. Heat. Let us now know about the temperature. The degree of hotness and coolness is known as temperature. And the temperature is measured by thermometer. See, there is a lot of difference between the heat and temperature. Heat is measured by calorimeter. Heat is nothing but a form of energy, but temperature is measured by thermometer. Here, temperature is the instrument which measures the heat. Clear? There is a lot of difference between the heat and temperature. Don't get confused, children. And now, we are going to learn about the thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. The words itself are having that the therma means the heat and the equilibrium means the state of equality. So what happens here? When two bodies, that's A and B, are in thermal contact, what happens? They both get a certain state that both will have the same temperature. Let us take an example. There is a body A which is having a 90 degrees Celsius and body B has its temperature at 50 degrees Celsius. When they both are thermal in contact, then the temperature from 90 degrees body to 50 degrees body travels from A to B. So at a certain temperature, both gets equal. So this state is known as thermal equilibrium. So now let us learn about, so children, now our topic is specific heat. What is specific heat? The heat of an object which is specified is known as specific heat. So how can you determine that? When you observe something, for example, a land and a water, both are heated at the same time. But the water takes more time to heat and the land gets heat very sooner. Why? Because based upon the specific heats. Come on, try to imagine yourself that specific heats are the heat of the individual bodies. The land can get heater more sooner when compared to the water. So similarly also take the specific heats for oil and water. We all know that the oil boils at 80 degrees Celsius and the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Both have the different boiling points. So here both have different boiling points. So guys, let us now learn about the specific heat applications. What are applications and how can we observe them in the natural world? So for example, it's an evening time, isn't it? So everyone used to think to have some snacks. So most of the Indians' favorite snacks is samosa. So you went to a store where he sells the samosa. You see a hot samosa. He fried it very readily right now. So when you eat that, you cannot feel its taste. Why? Because in the oven, the curry which is present inside it is very hot when compared to the outer cover. Why? Because the material which is made it by it, the samosa's material which is covered by outside is colder when compared to the curry inside because of their respective specific heats. At the same time, watermelon. When you kept the watermelon in the refrigerator, by taking it outside after some time, when you leave that for an hour, what happens there? After you cutting it, the peel which is outside will have the more temperature when compared to the inner material. Why? Because inside, under watermelon, the water is present, and we all know that the water has higher specific heat. That is why inner side it is still cooler when compared to the outer one. This is another application for specific heat. And now, when we have to learn about the natural applications like evaporation, condensation, freezing, melting, fog, dew, and all. So, what is evaporation? Let us assume some water. When it is heated, it gets evaporated into the atmosphere. So, the turning the phase from liquid to vapor, the process is known as evaporation. So, what happens here? What are the factors influencing the evaporation? First one is surface area. If you have the large surface area, the rate of evaporation is high. If you have the small surface area, you will have the lower rate of evaporation. And another one is temperature. If you have more temperature, you will get more rate of evaporation. And another factor is wind speed. If the wind speed is more, the rate of evaporation is more. And the fourth factor is humidity. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere is known as humidity. So here, the water vapor which is present on the atmosphere is less. Then what happens? There are the spaces inside the water molecules where the surface water can enter there. But think, if the humidity is more, that is the water vapor are more, the water molecules are more, then there are no empty space remains in the atmosphere where the water molecule can again go and interact with the atmosphere. So that is why if the humidity is more, the evaporation is also less. Here it is inversely proportional. So when the humidity is increases, the evaporation decreases. So the lower humidity causes the higher evaporation. So this is about the evaporation. Next one is condensation. Condensation. Till now what we have learned? The phase of liquid turns to gas is evaporation. And the gas which is retraces back as the liquid is known as condensation. When the gas is turned into liquid, that process is known as condensation. So how can we learn that? Let us take in Coke bottle. What happened? You freshly chilled Coke taken out from your refrigerator. You can able to see that Coke which is surrounded by the water droplets. How? When you compare to the temperature of that bottle and the atmosphere, the temperature of the atmosphere is more than the temperature of water bottle. So here what happens? We all know that heat always travels from hotter body to colder body. So what happens? The water molecules which is present in the atmosphere goes and strikes to that bottle, by which the water molecules loses their kinetic energy, and hence they can be seen on the surface of the water bottle. This is the process of condensation. And another example, when you have taken a hot shower on a summer day, and after you leaving your bathroom, when you retraces back to your place, you can able to see that your body is condensed with the water droplets. This is also another process or another example for condensation. And now let us now learn about the melting and freezing. Both are similar. We know it very easier manner. When a solid converts into liquid, it is known as melting. And when a liquid again gets solidified, it is known as freezing. For example, ice cream. We all love it. Generally in the summer season we all buy it. What happens then? When you take an ice cream or ice cube, it melts due to the temperature and it turns its state into the liquid. And you feel very sad that your ice cream is get melted. What will you do? You will simply take that water and keep it in the refrigerator. There it solidifies again. That means the liquid is converted into solid. This process is known as freezing. Here we have to know the two values, latent heat of vaporization and latent heat of fusion. The value for latent heat of vaporization is 540 calorie per gram, and latent heat of fusion is 80 calorie per gram. So now there are another two examples, the dew and fog. We all are well known the ad with the fog, the body split. There the soldiers near the borders, they talk about the conditions of each other. What they will talk, they will see the surroundings around them where the fog is running, isn't it? What is fog? The smoke form of the ice is nothing but fog. Clear? That is the example for fog. Here in the display you can see the image of the fog and dew. On the winter season, early morning you can see the water droplets on the leaves and window panes. That is known as dew. Clear? So by this we are going to end our lesson. Thank you for watching and subscribe our channel.